What I'd like to do first of all is show you how you install and configure WordPress. Now if you've got Fantastico, it will look like this. Some web hosts now have something called SimpleScript, but again it's a very simple process. We're looking down here and we go to Fantastico Deluxe and we install it. It's very simple to do. You don't need any particular technical skills or anything else in order to be able to do this. So you can see here we have installation already, and you can see if you want to upgrade to the latest version you just click that button. But we're going to do a new installation, so we click on WordPress here. Then we click here. It's not entirely obvious, but you can click here on new installation and install a new one. So I'm going to install it in the subdirectory of test. I'll have a normal, just call it admin, a simple password. Then you can set your nickname, admin nickname, so it can be anything you want. This is an email address. Then you put your site name in here. It doesn't matter too much what you put here, as you can change these later on. But those are what you put in. Then you click Install WordPress. You click Finish Installation. And then it's done. That's it. That's all you need to do, and you've installed WordPress. So now if I open this window here, if I open that in a new tab, you can see here it's all installed. So we just type in our ID and password, and that way we can log in to WordPress. Okay, so this is an installed version of WordPress. Over here you've got your control panels, and here you can see what you have on your dashboard. So simple configuration. It's very quick and easy. You start with posts. You trash the original post. You don't need that on there. Get rid of that. Now you go to categories as well. You're going to change the name of this. Just click quick edit and change it to something relevant to your keyword, to your niche. You may want to create additional categories. These aren't necessary, but some people find, particularly if you're targeting multiple keywords, it's worth having more than one category based on each keyword. Now I'd go into links as well. Click there and then delete all of the links that are there. You also want to edit the link categories as well. Again, change it from blog roll to something like resources or something simple. So you just put in resources, and then the same down here as well, resources in lowercase. You may want to create more than one category depending again how many links you're planning on having, but I would always recommend a link to whatever you're promoting, and possibly one or two other ones to authority sites in the niche. Then under pages, edit this and change it to something relevant again to your niche. This is the About You page. You can change the title. You can change all of this as well. So that's all we need to do here. We don't need to do anything under comments. But if we go to appearance now, this is where you install your theme. Add new theme here, and you can search for new themes. Install them and so on. So you can upload ones, you can search for ones here, or you can just go to Google and do a search there. You can use the widgets to add widgets onto it. Again, it depends on how you're laying your site at as to what you use here. Plugins we'll look at in a minute. Users we can ignore. Same with tools. We don't need to worry too much about that at the moment. Now, under settings, you got some changes that you need to make here. Again, this is where you change your site name and tagline. You can let anyone register and just save the changes when you've done it. If we next go to writing, under writing again you can change all these. I'd recommend ignoring those. I'd also recommend just deleting out this information here, just to be on the safe side. If you want to put any update services in there, feel free to do so. All that it does is it will ping them when there's a new post. Then we go to reading. Okay, Again, I'd make a few changes here. I would pick it to show a static page on the front page. I want control over what they see. The only page I've created at the moment is about. So I would create just a single page. I'd set this as my home page so that people come there and they see a good amount of information when they get there. Otherwise, they're going to see the latest post and it may not be what you want them to see. Blog pages show at most. I always set that to 1. That way it looks more like a website, less like a blog. Then we save changes. Okay, now under discussion over here, our next settings. Again, most of these you can leave as they are. The only one I'd change is this one. Always check this box, and it just means that you're not going to get any spam comments at all. And then save the changes down the bottom here. If you don't do that, then people can get comments through. What some spammers do is they'll make 1 or 2 reasonable comments, and then when they realise they're allowed to make any comments and they don't need to be approved, they'll start spamming. The next one we need to go to is permalinks. Okay, now on the permalinks side, this is how your website looks in the search engines. This is the default up here, but your domainname.com / category / and then the post ID. That makes no sense at all. It's terrible for SEO. Now what people may want to do is I recommend that you always change it. Now the easiest way to do this is to do it like that, okay, and do it to the post name. You can put the category in as well. If you're using categories and your category is keyword related, you could put %category % in here as well. I tend to do quite small sites myself, so just the post name is enough, and then you save the changes, and that's all the settings you need to do. It's not complex, it's not difficult, and as you can see, it takes just a couple of minutes to do. It's really, really simple.